Good.
Right. The height of the 4100 should be slightly below the height of the 4000, so when the door feeds out, they've got a little clearance to it. Some customers like it about 2 inches lower so that they can, when they're doing doubles, they can feed one door out and then feed the second door for the double over the top of it and take them off as a set. And that's customer preference. The corner staple gun assembly on the 4100 holds the staple gun at an angle to shoot into the head through the side leg. It has a sensor here that fires the nail. When it comes past the targets can be moved into position or out depending on how many nails you want and where you want them. So the staple gun is adjustable. The base plate has slotted holes that allow you to adjust the whole assembly this direction to line the nail up with the head. The brackets are mounted to the base plate. There's one here and one at the nose. They have slotted holes that allow you to adjust the staple gun this direction to control the depth of the nail into the leg. The nose bracket of the gun has slotted holes in it. It's bolted down in here so that we can adjust the gun this direction to control the depth of the nail. So the base plate has slotted holes in it here and adjustment bolts that allow us to adjust the entire assembly this direction so that we can line up the nail with the head. When setting up the 4100, you need to make sure that the machine is square so that when you clamp a door unit in it, the door unit will be square. So where we need to start is the end rollers. The rollers reference the head and the legs when you clamp it in. So the rollers need to be the same distance crossed at this end as they are at this end. Lengthwise, they need to match from one side to the other. And you need to be able to match them corner to corner to be sure that they're square. To adjust the corner rollers, each of them, the shaft is in a slotted hole so we can adjust the roller in and out this direction. These two bolts in the tube are in slotted holes in the black bracket down here. It can be loosened. They're in slotted holes so that we can adjust it in and out this direction. So normally we use a 2-inch round roller at the corner to reference to the door stops. If you're doing jams that do not have door stops, either flat jams or stop on the jam and not on the head, we can remove that roller and install the square rollers. The square rollers have an off-center hole. These two surfaces are the same distance from the pin as the round roller is. The other sides have a greater spacing. So if we're using legs that have a stop and a head with no stop, we can turn the rollers this direction. If we have no stop on the leg or the head, we can turn the roller that direction. If we have stops on the head and the leg, we'll turn it that direction. So the 4100 has an operator control panel right in the middle. The little switch on the end is the width index lock. Push it down. Now we can adjust the width index. There's a scale on this side over here so we can see where we're set at. So the width scale is here. Have an indicator and a scale so that we can set that appropriately for door unit that we're going to assemble. Flip it up to lock the width index in place. Once the door has fed out onto the machine, the first thing we'll do is operate the hinge side clamp, which brings the staple guns in from the hinge side. After the hinge jam is clamped, then there are two header clamp levers, one at each end of the machine. So So depending on which hand door we're doing, we'll use one or the other. Okay. Once we have the hinge jamb and the head jamb clamped in, then we can clamp the strike jamb. When the strike jamb clamps, it will also clamp the door up to square it all up. With everything clamped, when you're finished, you hit the eject lever. That cancels everything and then pops the door up to exit. So you bring the door in, position it so that it's approximately an inch past the reference rollers, clamp the hinge side. Insert the header so that it engages the dado on the hinge side, clamp the head. Insert the strike jamb, and again, make sure that that's in the dado for the head, clamp the strike side. And that clamps the whole unit up to square it up. Okay, so then we'll pull the eject lever. And the door unit pops up.